Sirius XM, it's the highway. Good morning. Keith Urban, welcome.
How are you, Stormy?
And so this is just really cool to celebrate another collection, another growth of Keith Urban.
It's a strange feeling now for people to be getting to hear it because it's been part of my life for over a year. So it's surreal. It's like having a yard sale. Everyone's going through your stuff, you know.
None of this is really important to you anymore. No, I'm kidding. But as you went through this experiment and this journey, as you have with every album, the plan is to almost not have a plan, to let the music
There is no plan, no. And I would love to be able to just do it much more simple, but I would not be, it would be disingenuous, and I would know I'm not really following the muse like I'm supposed to. So I just kind of go.
This album sounds like every right turn was made, and but knowing this journey, there were a lot of dead ends and a lot of left turns along the way too. Yes. Those are the things we don't hear about.
No.
Do you embrace those with as much energy and enthusiasm as the right turns?
Yeah, it's a super messy kitchen. You know, the end result is the little thing on your table. The kitchen's crazy messy, with little burnt dishes and like stuff that's just didn't work out. But I love being in, you know, the studio to me is like a sandbox, and I love being in there and just building and creating and having different people come in and that environment. I could spend a long time in the studio.
Stopping seems to be probably the biggest problem you have.
Always. Yeah, always. Well, because you don't know when you've actually probably started the next record.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's really, you almost need someone to come in and say, you need to stop, because you don't know, but you've actually started the next one.
It's an intervention of a different kind.
That's exactly what it is. You're cut off.
Keith, we're cut off. Would you sit down, Keith? We have something to discuss.
Someone needs to come in the studio and flick the lights up and down, right?
You're done. But it's fantastic. I mean, before this album even came out, you're already almost 3 singles deep into this thing. That is an unusual situation to be in.
No, I've never had it happen.
Yeah.
Not even close to that, no.
At one point, did you think, well, am I going to be releasing this whole album before it even gets out there?
It was a little worrisome when the second single came out and the record didn't feel like it was finished yet. But at the same time, I'm glad, because Wasted Time, we didn't write that until end of January, beginning of February of this year. To be a year into the record making process and then write that song was like, okay, you know, this record will be finished when it's finished.
Wasted Time is built for a subwoofer. Big sounding songs on here, and then everything's stripped down as well. You've covered every base.
I think some of that has come from being in the amphitheaters in the last couple of tours. And it's funny how I was listening to a broadcast one time, an interview with somebody talking about environments informing creativity, the kind of place you're in. Music that was written back in the day for small chamber orchestras was sort of written because of the places they performed in. And as the place gets bigger, it goes outwards, but it's not, they're born of one another. It's like you're not falsely creating something for something, it's kind of born of it. And this record, I think, especially Wasted Time, I mean, I clearly said to the 2 writers I was working with, Greg Wells and Jay Abrahart, when we were working on the chorus and we're trying to flesh out the lyric, I just said, this has to be able to be sung by everybody on the lawn. This is like so mandatory. It's got to, so everything we did was always about giving it the lawn approval, you know? Can you sing it on the lawn? Can you sing it on the lawn?
Will this reach the grass?
That's right.
Music to reach the grass.
It was crucial. Because I love the lawn at concerts. Like, it's its own party. You know, and so there's been times, because I've been up there, I've gone to concerts.
You walked your guitar out there.
But I've also gone to concerts and stood up on the lawn, and you can barely see the stage anyway, so you tend to like have your own party. You're sort of not really looking at the stage. It's this massive boombox on steroids, and you're just up there grooving out, you know, so I wanted to give a soundtrack song for all those guys.
Well, it worked, and not just with Wasted Time. We're going to talk more about the brand new album, Ripcord. It's Keith Urban on the highway.